and we are so happy to have you on here. We wanted to talk to you a little bit about what made you choose to be a Michael Jackson tribute artist.
Um, well, as you know, I'm like a huge Michael Jackson fan, as an understatement reference. But about, let's see here, maybe 14 years ago on Halloween, since I know they play Thriller back to back over and over on Halloween, I decided, since I know the dance, I was like, you know what, this year I'm going to be Michael for Halloween. And sure enough, I dressed as Michael, and I was actually impressed. The costume shop said wow when I put on a specific wig. They were like, wow, you really looked like Michael. And of course, I just laughed it off. But then when they played Thriller around midnight for the costume contest in Denver, Colorado, I did Thriller, and everyone was like screaming like it was like Michael, like he was back. And that was right in the middle of all the court trials. So there wasn't anything good on Michael. It was just all negative. So I had like a huge excitement piece that came from it. And then when the costume contest ended, they asked the crowd like who wins, and the whole audience was like Michael, Michael,
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah, and that's how I won the prize, and then I ran with it from there once I realized I had an audience with a good reception of that.
So tell me what that brings up another great point is how do the fans receive you when they see you in as Michael Jackson? What is that
Sure.
like? What is that like?
Yeah, so for the most part, everyone's very receptive when they see me. They're really excited to see me. And I'm honored that a lot of the people have already seen my work. They'll say, "What's your name?" And I'll tell them, and they'll say, "Oh, I know who you are." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's so amazing that someone knows who I am just through the Michael Jackson fan world." But the best awards are given by his family when they've seen or met me. I've met all of his family, including his mother and father and children, and the facial reactions I get from them are the most profound to me, even if they never go on record saying anything about me. Just the way they react to me says it all. And I couldn't ask for a better award for that. Just the way they've viewed me, especially his mother, who asked to meet me. And she started to cry when I actually started to chat with her. So that was a huge piece for me that I'm more than honored to have been involved in, or been in a lifetime that is possible.
What did his mother say to you?
Well, initially, I heard that she was at the event, and this was in Gary, Indiana. And I was right at the family's house. But I knew that they were going to be there, so I didn't want to upset any of the family members. So I left the area, and I was like a block away, and one of her security guards came to see me, and he said, "Miss Jackson would like to meet you and take a picture."
Wow.
And it was like, no way, that's crazy. Like, no way is that even possible. And sure enough, he brought me backstage to the area where her bus was at. And it took a few minutes, and she met some children first, but she saw me. And at first, she smiled. She was happy to see me. I think it reminded her of Michael. But then as I approached her, she got very upset, and she's like, "You're going to make me cry." And she started to cry. So I just kissed her hand, and I was like, "Okay, well, very nice to meet you. I love your family. Bye." I just wanted to end it. I didn't want to make it upsetting for her. But I've heard in interviews that she likes Michael lookalike impersonators. She knows that they love him, and she likes to see it. So I don't feel bad now that I've heard all of the stories on it.